Good morning, and welcome to UUCC. I'm Regina Nelson, your lay leader, and I'm thrilled to see everyone here, whether in the sanctuary or joining us on Zoom or YouTube. If you're in the sanctuary, be aware that this service is recorded for YouTube. Tables at the back are available if you prefer to avoid appearing on camera. Also, please refrain from talking during the recording to avoid unintentional broadcasting and silence your cell phones. Visitors can explore literature about our UU faith in the entrance or the community room. You can also join our Zoom social time after the service. Discover more about our church, programs for children and youth, and weekly opportunities to connect with us on our website, uucommunitychurch.org. Situated on Shaver Road in Portage, Michigan, our church, on an ancestral lands of the Peoria and Potawatomi people, proudly displays a rainbow flag and Black Lives Matter sign, symbolizing our inclusive community dedicated to creating a just and sustainable world. We are a community on diverse spiritual journeys, and we enjoy hearing differing points of view from our minister, Reverend G. Ludwig McCartney, guest ministers, lay leaders, and guest speakers. Today, guest speaker Donna McClurkan will explore the concept of interdependence. Thanks to everyone contributing to this morning's service. Our greeters, Luke, our musician, tech team, coffee host, and each of you. Your presence and contributions are truly appreciated. Now I have some announcements. Periodically, UU Community Church holds special Generosity Sunday collections to support local organizations that promote justice, equity, and inclusion in our community. Our Generosity Sunday recipient for September is the CETA Scholars Program at Western Michigan University. It is a campus-based support program that provides holistic coaching, programming, and financial support to college students with lived experience in foster care. Today is the last day to make a financial contribution. Please support the important work done by CETA Scholars by placing a check made out to UUCC with Generosity Sunday in the memo line into our collection basket, or you can give online by visiting our website or using the Vanco app on a smartphone or tablet. Next Sunday, October 5th at noon, we will hold a special screening of the short documentary, My Father's Name, followed by a community conversation. The film tells the story of Jan Frazier, who discovered her late father's role in a lynching. Jan will join us via Zoom as we reflect on family, racial justice, truth-telling, and healing. Attend in person at UU Community Church or register to join the conversation on Zoom at tinyurl.com UUCC My Father's Name. Join Eric Nelson for a new monthly mindfulness series starting on October 6th. The group will meet on the first Monday of each month from 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom for teachings from Pema Children, guided practice, and community dialogue. Visit our website to register. Mark your calendars for the exciting UUCC 2025 Service and Goods Auction on Friday, November 14th at 5 p.m. Whether you are joining us in person at UUCC or tuning in via Zoom, this event promises to be fun and exciting for everyone. To make this year's auction the best ever, we need you to donate lots of unique goods and exciting services. Look for the donation form in your weekly email and send us your donation descriptions by November 5th. Now it's time to light the chalice. Today, globally, Unitarian Universalists continue to light the chalice. As truth seekers, we pursue a resilient truth that withstands questioning and doubts. The flame serves as a constant reminder of our shared values, bringing them to life in our community. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sing, and to share. Now it's time for our meditation. It's a guided meditation, The Web of Life by Joanna Macy. So I invite you to get comfortable in your chair, feet on the ground. As my husband would say, soften your gaze, or if you feel comfortable, closing your eyes and just listen. Relax your body as fully as you can. Feel your breathing in your lungs, abdomen, how it glides in and out. The oxygen ignites each cell, stirs it awake as it burns in the metabolism of life. Extend your awareness deep within to feel this energy. It is all around you too, sustaining all the bodies in this room, weaving us into the web of life. Imagine you can see interlacing currents like threads of light. See how they connect us and extend beyond this room, this moment. Experience the great multiplicity of strands formed by countless relationships, woven of the work and food, the laughter and tears you've shared with others. They shape what you are. They hold you in place. Sense those interwoven threads. Rest into them. The web sustains your bones and blood and skin, concocted so intricately out of the food you have eaten, out of grains, vegetables, fruit, nuts, the soil that yields the grain for your bread, the boughs of the tree that bear apples for you, the hands that plow, sow, reap, gather. They are all of your body now. Back through time, this web extends. Mothers, fathers, great-grandmothers, and great-grandfathers, giving you your coloring features, your gestures, your tone of voice. The web extends back through countless generations, through numberless ancestors we share, all the way back to those with gills and wings. For it is of star stuff, evolving, that we are all made in the flowing of time. We are each a jewel in this vast net that called us into being. Each of us an irreplaceable gem, sparkling with awareness, reflecting the world. Sound of gull crying over the sea, sight of mountain rising, colors of sunrise, scents of pine and loam, the excitement of a new idea, the melody of a half-forgotten song. There is pain, too, coming in along the strands of the web. A friend with cancer, an oil spill coating the beach, an Iraqi mother weeping for her lost children. Do not shut them out. They live in the web of this planet time. Open to these sorrows. Breathe them in, so the channels may stay open for the flow of energy and life and change. If we block the pain, we block the joy as well. There is power in the flowing of this fluid net, love that has enriched us and love that we give. Feel the caring and love that flow through you. Open to the pulsing web, its murmurs, whispers, tugs. Through the vast network all forms arose, intelligence arose. It shaped you as it shaped the mockingbird and the deep diving trout. You are aware of it, even to the terrors we've unleashed now. Open to it all, unafraid, relaxed, alert. We are the universe knowing itself. To all our brothers and sisters, we open now in this time of great hardship. We go now through a dark place, but we do not go alone. And we do not go without our own timeless knowledge of the dark. We come from it. It is behind our eyes, and we will look into it together until the dark itself is clear and home. There is nowhere you can go where you are not held in the web that sustains us all. Still sensing these connections through space and time, we stir and stretch now and open our eyes. Now, I'm going to introduce our speaker. Our guest speaker today is Donna McClurkan. Donna is an end-of-life doula. Her passions include facilitating chalice circles, local food pollinator habitat gardening, and visiting schools, libraries, and hospices with her certified therapy dog, Stormy. In June 2024, the 7 principles were replaced with the language describing Unitarian Universalists through a set of shared values, all centered around love. The UU value interdependent states. We honor the interdependent web of all existence. With reverence for the great web of life and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it. Donna's reflection explores living deeply into that value in the context of these turbulent times. This exploration was informed by the wisdom of two elders, Joanna Macy, who was an environmentalist activist, author, and scholar of Buddhism, general systems theory, and deep ecology, and Francis Weller, a retired psychotherapist, writer, and soul activist. He has introduced the healing work of ritual to thousands of people. I welcome Donna to the pulpit.
Thank you. Good morning. About midsummer, I attended a liturgy of remembrance. It was held outside in a clearing on a heavily wooded 17-acre sprawling parcel of land that is home to a retreat center. It was the cusp of early evening, mercifully free of stinging insects. There was a light breeze. It was cool compared to the too hot, too humid days preceding the service. There was prayer. There was music, a guitar and solo song. 12 of us in a wide circle, 4 generations by my calculation. The 2 youngest, sisters that I'm guessing were perhaps 7 and 10, asked to sing a song they learned at their school. Straining, cupping my hands behind both ears toward their shy quietness, I could hardly hear. But I could feel, and what I felt in the presence of 11 others was a great tenderness, a great honoring among the gathered. Humility, reverence, grief, gratitude. We were together to honor the passing of a white oak, a towering giant that emerged as a seedling from a small acorn 200 and some years ago. A relative, as generations of indigenous peoples have reminded us, or tried to. We learned from her obituary that Grandmother Oak, so named by the land's steward, toppled over in a windstorm on June 18th. Spared by loggers because of her shape, she was the largest and oldest and only surviving tree from when the Potawatomi lived with and cared for this land. In her long, long life, she fed and housed wildlife, sequestered approximately 6 tons of carbon, and witnessed the forced displacement of First Peoples by European settlers. The musical meditation we'll be listening to during the offering is called Lament for a Fallen Tree. As you listen, you might note the ending is quite abrupt. Maybe that was the composer's way of expressing there is no ending, really, for a fallen tree. Grandmother Oak will continue to provide nourishment to the soil web, a large hollow cavity, perhaps providing shelter for wild turkeys and other creatures. During her decades-long return to Earth, she'll be woven back into the genius loci, a Latin term meaning the protective spirit of a place. I'll pause here to acknowledge that being invited to such a ritual would have been unthinkable for me just a few years ago. I like to hope I would not have rolled my eyes at an invitation, but I'm pretty sure I would have scoffed at the woo-ness of it, to be honest. Why is that? That just a few years ago, why I would have considered a ritual for a fallen tree too new agey or woo. There's some sadness and maybe a little embarrassment in admitting to that now. It's something I've wondered about a lot. I think it's the Western worldview that mostly explains what would have been my reaction. Our one-sided relationships, with the human and more than human, are overwhelmingly transactional, extractive, exploitative, rooted in scarcity, and hierarchical, with humans always at the top. This is the society in which we're all caught, hyper-individualistic, human-centric, as if Earth and its species are mere resources for human flourishing, as if we're wholly untethered from the natural world, an illusion of separateness. It is not a stretch to connect this to our many converging crises. To that point, I confess to carrying in my body a quiet, persistent unsettledness about the state of the world. I don't need to spell this out in detail. We're all experiencing it, consciously or not. But in general, the uncertainty, unraveling, unrelenting, unprecedented everything everywhere, on fire or underwater, are lessons in just how completely entangled our lives are with one another and the more than human world. We are losing so much, too much. It's too much. We did not evolve to be able to process such overwhelming disequilibrium, but this is the work. Much will be, is being asked of us. How will we respond? The elders that tell us that primary among the skills we need to navigate this unprecedented chaos and loss is to grow our capacity to grieve. Our grief is collective. We face a deep unknown, all of us. The elders teach us that the gift of grief is the affirmation of our intimacy with the world. We are reminded that where there is grief, there is love. Allowing for it widens our capacity to hold hard things. Grief keeps the heart fluid and soft, which helps make compassion possible. Learning to welcome, hold, and metabolize our sorrows, the personal along with the planetary, is the work of a lifetime. The elders teach us that by allowing ourselves to feel the pain for the world, we open up to the web of life. Open, as we heard in the guided meditation, to the pulsing of the web, its murmurs, whispers, tugs, and realize we are not alone. We go now through a dark place, but we do not go alone. There is nowhere you can go where you're not held in the web that sustains us all. Humans have participated in rituals for tens of thousands of years. We are hardwired for communal ritual and ceremony. Rituals can be a form of deep resistance to the way we've been conditioned to live. There's resilience in resistance. Now, I think of participation in the ritual for Grandmother Oak as an embodied knowing, a remembering of a thing my body knew but forgot. We are not separate. It felt then and feels now an act of resistance. So much is being asked of us. How else might we respond? The elders tell us that in addition to increasing our capacity for grief, another primary skill we need to navigate these turbulent times is the ability to deepen our capacity for gratitude. The elders teach us that gratitude for the gift of life we are granted, the privilege of being on hand in this moment, is to take part, if we so choose, in turning toward a just and regenerative society. Gratitude quiets the frantic mind and brings us back to source. It reconnects us with basic goodness and our personal power. It helps us to be more fully present to our world and readies us to own our pain for the world. There is much to do, and time is short. Gratitude can hold us steady for the work to be done. We know from the elders that grief is meant to be done communally, to be witnessed. We heal in community and celebrate in community. We are wired that way. Internalizing these things in unlearning society's hyper-individualistic messages about going it alone is a form of resistance. It is also the work of a lifetime. It has helped me live into and answer the question, what do I want to be in these times? And to live more deeply into the UU value of interdependence, which I'll close with repeating once more. We honor the interdependent web of all existence with reverence for the great web of life, and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna, for sharing the wisdom from your experiences. And we'll look forward to Q&A after the service with you to go deeper. Now it's time for the offering. Now we entered a sacred moment, not of obligation, but of opportunity. The offering is more than a ritual. It is a reflection of our values, a gesture of hope, and a commitment to this beloved community. Each gift, whether large or small, sustains the light we kindle, the welcome we extend, and the work we do in the world. Look at the screen for ways to give, and our ushers are here to collect your offering. In giving, we affirm our shared dreams to build a world rooted in love. Now it's time to extinguish the chalice. As we extinguish the chalice, let us remember to keep the flame awake and alive in our souls, and let the light of the chalice bind us together, showing us the way. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
I'm going to do this closing around the lump in my throat. Joanna Macy died about 2 months ago. She was 96 years old. And I'm going to share a short quote from her, which is, "The most radical thing any of us can do at this time is to be fully present to what is happening in our world." And this quote from Francis Weller: "The work of the mature person is to carry grief in one hand and gratitude in the other, and to be stretched large by them." Thank you.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use, to build the common good, and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its reward, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use, to build the common good, and